It's the Cable Show.
Should we try and make Bazaar work again? Some Bazaar decks play Force of Will. Oh shit, what up? Hey Tamlin, thanks for the $4.20. I like the idea of Safekeeper protecting Hagak. Oh shit, what up? Hey Funk Type, thanks for the sub, thanks for the 78 months. I don't know about Noxious Revival, Yeah, I know it's been played in Vintage Hollowvine. I don't know if it's what I want, though. In Vintage, they usually use it as ways of rebuying the Bazaar after the opponent blows it up. I don't know. I haven't seen as many, like, Wastelands and stuff in this format. I guess I'm supposed to grab Imperial Seal so we can tutor Bazaar. Not a lot for the Bazaar to do yet. Looking at Traxa and Vengevine. Looking at Force of Vigor, Exhume, Strip Mine, Mox Emerald. Yeah, let's grab Force of Vigor and Exhume, I think. Alright, we got a song request. Apparently the herb discussion brought this on. Looking at Once Upon a Time. Thinking about Troll. Past 3 powers so far. I don't think we're going to be playing very many manas, ideally. LED is just bad here, right? I think I'm supposed to be playing Skimmer, but instead I'm going to grab Underground Sea and maybe Bowmasters. Maybe I'm supposed to grab Skimmer just so I have stuff to pitch, huh? Pitch to Force of Vigor and Force of Will. Incredible. I'm a little skeptical that we're going to have the creature count for this Vengevine. Kind of dig the Flash. Almost dig the Dark Ritual. You like Yavimaya? Yeah, if we're playing green, I'm not sure that we are. Still have yet to see someone play Mindbreak Trap for free. I think I dig that Chalice the Void. And then maybe the Spell Pierce. After that, all that finagling, we just ended up blue-black Reanimator anyway. Think about Opposition Agent, Dig Through Time. Opposition Agent could even be a sideboard card. There's some decks that just like have a shitload of fetches and tutors. We do have Dark Ritual to power it out. Merchant Scroll finds you Flash. It's kind of cool. Vexing Bobble's pretty good. Even if I'm only playing it on the play, still pretty solid. Borrower gets played in Legacy Reanimator and just like bounce problematic permanents. Just gonna grab Grief and a Frog here. Thinking about Emperor Bones. Thinking about the fetch land, huh? Make the mana base a little bit better. Could take Chrome Monks. I don't love the Chrome Monks. Our curve kind of stops at 2. It's very, very cheap. Gush is sweet with Psychic Frog, but we're not going to have enough islands. We're not going to have lands in this deck. Looking at Ponder, Marsh Flats, and Grizzlebrand. Hell yeah, Brad Oxley. I'm gonna grab that Null Rod. It certainly beats some decks. The Grizzlebrand, I guess. We were originally planning to be a Hagak deck. I don't see it now, though. I might play the Master of Death. Because it pitches dollar at pitchables, too. I think I'm going to main deck the Chalice of the Void, but not the Null Rod. Sorry about Opposition Agent being a sideboard card. I probably only want one of Dig Through Time or Treasure Cruise. Dig Through Time's better at putting a combo together, but it does take double blue. Maybe that's okay. Skimmer seems like an odd include. I mean, it's played in the Eternal Graveyard deck sometimes, so it's good. The cool thing about Skimmer is that it like works with your graveyard cards, but then it's also pitchable to Force of Vigor and Force of Will. I think I'm gonna cut the Dark Ritual. Maybe Emperor Bones. Maybe the Null Rod will be a sideboard card. This hand's so much better on the play. Duress, Spell Pierce, Chalice for 0. It's like a Beach Kid. Oh, okay. Hell of a Chalice on 0, right? Hell of a Chalice on 0. Another hand is Mana Vault, Voltaic Key. So now we're on the draw. So our ability to run out Chalice of the Void on the play like that has been removed. So we're going to cut Chalice. We're going to add Null Rod. Rest of this looks fine, huh? Turn 2 win? Yeah, right? Didn't think we were going to be killing turn 2 very often. That seems worth a counter. If I might. Definitely a Time Vault deck, huh? So the Archon and the Atraxa are my main reanimatables, and I only have one Atraxa left, so I'm going to upkeep Entomb so I don't draw it here. And then we just have to fade one turn here, and we can reanimate that and be off to the races. Ross Merriam has joined the stream. Welcome, Raiders. Give Ross a little shout out here. What's the deal with Supreme Vintage Cube? Supreme Vintage Cube, you look at 23 packs and get pack ones and pick ones and pick 2s out of each of them. So you end up with a very nutty deck. This cube was actually designed to be drafted in this way, so there's actually a lot of like vintage archetypes that are supported, which is kind of cool. I haven't really drafted another cube like it. Opponent is indeed going off a bit. That paradoxical outcome was such a good rip, We just got a nice trophy with a blue-white hate bear and counter deck, and now we're trying to do a little bit of Bazaar reanimating. Yeah. Well, we still have this Exhume. If we could have drawn a land, then we would have been able to Entomb plus Reanimate on turn 2. That would have been real nice. Could lead to fast games. Largely fast games, yeah. Not strictly, but largely. Well, they just tutor up. They just tutor for Paradoxical. A second one, That's pretty not ideal. They can mount the Thought Monitor, too. Basically draw their whole deck here. We had a Slog versus a black-white Stacks list companioning your Luris. Yeah. A lot of really fast games, too, though, where you just, like, play a Null Rod and your opponent concedes. You get both. Which is kind of similar to real Vintage. I wish I knew how many counters they had left, right? Because they have all the cards in the universe over there. I'm pretty sure that they've got Time Vault combo, because they have Transmute Artifact in their deck. So we're mostly hanging out here for information. Right, Oratog? I also really appreciate them designing this cube to be Supreme Draft, instead of just putting the Vintage cube in there. And then if you just, like, never see a Mox. Yeah, there's the Time Vault combo with Key, huh? You never see, like, some Moxen or whatever. You just have, like, a normal Vintage cube deck, and your opponents are have, like, the 5 Mox deck. And it feels like that never happens in this format. So we're going to be on the play again, which means Chalice of the Void and Vexing Bobbler kind of come in. The Null Rod's going to stay in. So I'm going to actually have to find some space here. Brazen Borrower doesn't seem great. I like the Misdirection. They've got counters. They also have Ancestor Recall, so Misdirection could do something, could do the thing. I think I'm going to cut Dig Through Time as the last cut here and keep in all my interaction. That's how it used to work, Rossmarium. And then people missed the multiples when they figured out how to do it correctly. So they, like, intentionally added duplicates to the cube. So you can't get duplicates of a Vintage restricted card, but other stuff like Force of Will or Atraxa you can. Oh shit, what up? Hazer02325. Thanks for the sob. Thanks for sharing the prime there. I guess. Really wanted, like, Chalice or Null Rod or something, but I don't think you mulligan this. Hand doesn't really do anything if we just take the Force of Will, right? Just play the Frog. It'd be nice to take this Mox Ruby, because then they, like, literally have nothing. If you take the Mox Ruby and they don't rip a land, they have to Lotus Petal into Lorien Revealed, and you can Spell Pierce the Lotus Petal, and then they Force a Will. Maybe that's better, and you just, like, wait a turn on the Frog. I kind of hate it, though, because they could just draw a land and then Mystic Dispute your Frog, and you just lose the battle. Yeah, I'm just going to take the Force Will and play the Frog. I think that's better. Fade Time Ball. I mean, we're the ones with the draw engine, right? Hot diggity. That's such a good draw. I'm not going to discard the Atraxa because we do have Flash in the deck. Hot damn. Possible I should have mulled this because we don't have blue mana. Could have pitch cast the Grief there. But then you don't really have much going on for your hand. The Thoughtseize can chill until we draw a reanimation effect. Then we can lead on the Thoughtseize, make sure there's no counter over there. Transmute artifact. You just bought a paper one. Very cool. I actually have a artist proof version that's got a nice detailed sketch on it. Psychic Frog's worth a Thoughtseize to make sure it resolves. Oh, wow. Well, I'm glad that one didn't get too zesty. Learning a lot about our opponent's deck there, huh? I almost like discarding, but I could draw like a Lorien Revealed or another Force of Will and really want the mana. Anson Maddox, correct. There was some years ago where Anson Maddox was doing like deals for like whole sets. And I got a couple of unique cards from him. I got his snow-covered island where it's just like the group of heads on the fucking island. And a beta or collector's edition, however you want to look at it, version of Animate Dead. And then with his set deal that he was doing, I got... it's not Time Warp. It starts with a T, but it's like it's the same card. And because he was doing entire sets half off, doing that set was actually cheaper than just buying the Time Warp card. And I was like, this can't be right. I actually messaged them. And they were like, nope, it's a fucking deal. That's the deal. Go nuts. I'm like, all right. Thanks, friends. Temporal manipulation, yeah. Thank you. Oh, shit. Wild Sizzle, thanks for the sub. Thanks for the 99 months. Appreciate you. I was just fucking tired about you, Lorien Revealed. Shoomp. We're going to save this Mox Sapphire to Bin to Frog. So we can just, one-shot them next turn. Yeah, if you're going to discard your hand, might as well check first, huh? If it's free. We have to discard 4 cards. Nullrod's going to come in. I'm going to leave Vexing Bauble out. I'm going to bring in Mai and Emperor Bones and Opposition Agent. And just become a little bit more hateful post-board. I don't think we saw a misdirection target. I'm going to cut Borrower again. Hey, Alon, thanks for the sub. Thanks for the 16 months. You wish to put Miracles in here? I don't think any Miracles would be playable in this format. Has the Bazaar been played yet? That was the first time I drew it. Yeah, we can cut Tamio. Gotta cut something, huh? Might cut Seal. Oh, the Dark Ritual should be in with the Opposition Agent, Oh well. Counterbalance in top? Maybe. Trying to use my blue mana before I shut it off with Nullrod. Maybe Greedy. You think Mental Misstep should be in the regular Vintage Cube? I believe they've moved it in and out. The issue with Misstep is that it's really good in this format because like every single one of your opponents has an Ancestral Recall. It makes it a little bit better. Its issue in regular Vintage is if your opponent just has a few mocks in, then they just like skip their 1-drop and it just rots in your hand all game. If you say so, tacos. I don't fucking pick it, so we might just disagree there. Yeah, getting pretty punished here, right? With Nullrod and Mai in hand. Mai's Desire for 5. That's pretty good. Grim Monolith, Hull Breacher, Vamp, second Hull Breacher, Beseech. I think that Beseech is going to win. Because they can sack Mox Sapphire. Damn, the last card. Nullrod was the play. Yeah, they wouldn't have done shit, huh? If I played the Nullrod. And we could have time walked into it, I guess. I also feel good about the Mai board in. Brain Freeze of store count 10. Isn't that just 30 cards? I guess that's good enough. I'm gonna let them fucking do it, I guess. Did you see what he was charging, Zentarin? Oh, right. They got Black Lotus Breach here, so they can just get the last few cards anyway. On the play, Vexing Bauble's coming in. Yeah, I'm gonna leave Dark Ritual out. I don't know what I would cut for it. They still had to kill you as they played Time Walk, so they can't mill you out and pass. Why not? They just pass again. What are you saying? I take my extra turn. You're still dead. All right. They were milling me. Altman. They were not decking themselves. Kind of wonder what their backup plan is. I know it hurts me and not them, but I'm gonna put this Null Rod out. We don't have very many things that actually need 3 mana. It's like Opposition Agent and Hardcast Grief. I think I'm supposed to misstep that. I just have a bunch of forces in here. Overfilling your hand for Grizzled Dad takes a very long time. We've drawn literally every single artifact in the old deck. There's also the chance that, like, if you hold on to your random lands, they play a draw 7, you have to fucking redraw them. Yeah, I think that's their backup plan there. You look good. All right. A puppy has joined the stream. He's gonna hang out here with me. All right, bud. Ideally, he will not chew on my cords. This is my first time attempting to stream with Puppy. He's smelling my keyboard now. Interesting things. Did I adopt a new puppy? We've had him for about a month now. He's been getting along really well. The first week, he hadn't really been indoor trained and stuff. Flashback that Echo too. The Treasurer turned off, but there's that Academy. That's just gonna make all the mana in the universe now. Gonna be a hard one to win. I agree, bud. I agree. Yeah, the first week was kind of rough, but he's been like really good with the leash. He just learned how to sit recently. Been a real little champ. Super friendly puppy. So basically our only way out of this, and it's not very likely, would be Entomb into Exhume or something like that. Putting a Citadel out, sure. Double Hull Breacher does not give double treasure. Yeah, it's not a very good plan, huh, Jack LeMond? I think we can scoop here. I think they just got it, huh? I'm actually gonna mull this hand. This hand's better. We're gonna bin Chalice. It's not as exciting on the draw. Really wish we had a blue card for the Force of Will, but what are you gonna do? We haven't stormed ourselves yet? No. Yeah, you really want to get your Thoughtseize on. Sooner rather than later. Don't love this. Man, adding a squirming puppy to the mix. It's like I've got 2 Twitch chats here. Usually when I come in, he's just like relaxing on my wife's lap, taking a nap. You gotta chill, bud. You gotta chill. Yeah, you want to explore. This room's all new. So I think you just take the Force of Will. I don't love it. My mic stand, unfortunately, dips down into his reach. Might need a new stream setup for this to be a possible thing. Might just have to crate him for today, which he doesn't love. I don't blame him. So we don't want to go for Entomb Reanimate until we have that Force Will backup, because we know that they still have this mana drain handy. Did my wife go out? She did, yep. So I must indeed mind the dog. Man, Dave, this is an $800 set of headphones. In the list of things that you should not chew on, it, I believe, is at the very peak. Dave said Monchi did indeed. Okay, settling down a little bit. You want to lick my elbow? That's cool. Totally cool. Soon to be an $8 set of headphones. I think if a dog chewed up the cord on this and the rest of it worked totally fine, I'd probably figure out how to replace the cord. They're really nice headphones. So you could go for Entomb Reanimate right now. Why have they not played the Ancient Tomb? Or the Merchant Scroll? I'm going to attempt to flash at their end of turn, I think. Oh, I can't. It's fucking blue. I don't have any blue cards. Maybe I'll Entomb on their end of turn. And then if I rip a land, I can Exhume and Reanimate. That could be good. Man, if you're going to whine anyway, you're definitely going in the crate. I'll be right back, friends. We tried, bud. Yeah, Reanimated up. We love you, Dave. You were wronged. He was indeed. This was the concern. He's got to get used to it at some point, though. Not having a monopoly on our attention and stuff. We're going to let Mana Drain resolve. And then we're just going to Exhume. Second Force of Will. That seems good for me. And I don't want to discard the Archon of Cruelty because they've got reanimation effects. So that would go not amazingly. Mana Drain mana. Go nuts. Time Walk, That's kind of real with the Troll out. They have 4 cards in hand. I'll just let it happen. Smacks me to 12. Then smacks me to 6, and then what? They have 3 in hand. I think we let that resolve too. Otawara bounce would be fucked up. Merchant Scroll grabbing. Oh, man. I'll be right back. Poor little dude. It's gotta be so hard to be a puppy. Same as like when you're a kid. You just have like no agency whatsoever. That shit sucked. Can't even play Magic as a puppy, right? The worst timeline. Reanimator Mirror. I think I like Emperor Bones, Opposition Agent, and Dark Ritual. I don't know what I'm cutting for those extra cards. This is definitely a good spot for Brazen Borrower. I think I'm cutting Dig Through Time again. I think I'm going to cut Seal again. This hand is just a speedway to nowhere, I don't have a Surveil land in here, do I? Master of Death pitches to Force of Will and Grief. And it's very good with Psychic Frog and Bazaar. And that's why Master of Death is in our deck. Kinda hate this. We'll see. Running out the Tamiyo and not having a blue card for Force of Will. Tamiyo card draw immediately bricked, right? Would have certainly forced a Hull Breacher and then reanimated it. I think Archon might be my only way to get rid of a Hull Breacher. Really want to play this Master of Death. I think I need to have a Force of Will up, though. Oh, they have black mana. Hardcast Grief. Sure. Not loving my odds here. Nice 42-month sub there, Psycho. Yeah, I figured they were either grabbing Force of Will or Reanimate. Leave the rest on top. Certainly got a good hit over there. Hey, Unholy Diver, thanks for the sub, thanks for the 73 months. I assume they just killed Tamiyo. That's fine. Treating Tamiyo for a 3-2 there makes sense. I think I try to Force Will that. Now that this is playing out like this, I think I maybe should have waited one more turn. Hardcast Force, sure. I'm pretty sure that they've got a mana drain in hand, so at least my duress isn't going to be a brickety brick. And the Animate Dead has shrunk the grief a bit. Into the Floodmaw. I was super wrong. Nah, it's just whoever rips the reanimation spell from my Grizzlebrand first. I would not want to draw Bazaar into the onboard Hull Breacher. That's not the card I'm hoping to draw here. Stock Up's got to be a great draw, Hard for that card to brick. Can happen. I had one brick the other day. You drafted towards Stifledot, didn't find it until the penultimate pack. Oh, that's gotta be a sweat, Are you just blue-white, or... I guess Urza's Saga gives you ability to find it. I certainly want to try it one of these times. Really enjoyed that last pre-mixed Negroni. Even though it took me a few days of sipping to get through it. I open up a second one. Real pleasant, not too sweet. I assume the Demonic Tutor is finding them another way to get that Grizzlebrand. Another Animate Dead or another Reanimator or something. Who knows? Maybe they just tutored up Mana Drain because they're ahead on board. Perfect. I wonder if Massive Death was supposed to serve there. And just try and get him to lose 2 Mana Crypt flips in a row. Let's go to game 3. Not a ton of Moxen. I think I'm going to leave out the Bauble and the Chalice. I think I want this Dig Through Time. I like that it gets around Hull Breacher, the Dig Through Time. Let's play it over Tamio. Straight up. Okay. Okay. I think this is going to be a good-ass Bazaar of Baghdad, but we'll see. With the Master of Death, it's kind of like a Faithless Looting every turn, which you would assume would be good. We're going to bend the Bloodstained Mine, lead on a turn 1 Duress here. I think I'm just going to grab that Gleamox, huh? Leave him without black mana. And it's a little dangerous to bin a Traxa in a Reanimator Mirror. But I think I'm fine with it. I could also rip my Reanimate of my own, huh? I should be seeing more cards in them. I guess I could activate on their end of turn. In case they ripped a Black Source, because they could upkeep Mystical. Oh, sure. They could have ripped a Black Source and then upkeep Mystical and then Reanimated, but... Taking the Master of Death? Bold. Let's see what they're Mystical Tutoring for. Hey, sup, yeah, that's Steve. You think for some reason they thought Grief Exiled? I don't think they thought that. What I think happened is that I'm actually going to exile the Atraxa. They didn't want to, like, discard the Atraxa and then have me rip a Reanimation effect before they could deal with it. Was their reasoning, but we were planning on playing Bazaar anyway. We get 2 cards here. I'm leaning towards Emperor of Bones and Atraxa. But maybe it should be like Force of Will Misdirection or something to stack up on counters. Or Emperor of Bones Opposition Agent. Just have some gas. Oh, they still haven't drawn a 3rd land. So the reason for this opposition agent timing is if they want to mana drain my opposition agent, they won't be able to use the mana to cast their stock up. Opponent's going to need a very good turn here, which maybe they'll have one. Who knows? Well, that's annoying as shit. So the plan for this turn was to grief pitching Emperor Bones. They mana drain, and then you reanimate their grief, and then you cast Exhume and just leave them with no cards in hand. But this Leovold kind of dicks all of that up. Opponent will get to draw off the Leovold. And I assume we're going to take this stock up. Stock up and Time Walk. Yeah, let's just grab the stock up, run out Emperor Bones, call it good. Maybe it's better to grief the... It is better. It's better to grief the Time Walk. This is like giving them their card plus value if you let them cast the walk. Oh, but we could cast the grief. That's right. No, I'll cast it. I'll play it. What? Should we be seeing a third card here? Oh, they decided not to draw with Leovold. Weird. That has to be a misclick, right? So if I grief them, they draw a card. It'll be 6 unblockable. They chump Emperor. I think this is worth. They do get to draw a card, which maybe prevents the lethal. Maybe they find a bounce spell or something, but I think it's correct to go for it here. Cool. All right, I'm going to take a quick commercial break. I'll let the pupper out for a minute in between drafts here. We'll get back. Oh shit, what up? Hey, Entropic Ender, thanks for the